Okay, just in case you came in the middle of this series, I'll give you a quick recap of what we're doing. So I am making a secret picture for my bestie for her kitchen. And I'm using this Puggle from Pergamo Paper Goods as the basis for the focal point, right? So this is going to be here. This layer is going to be teal. This layer is primarily going to be gold. And the background is going to be teal and green, which are the colors that my bestie decided she liked. And we're sort of loosely basing everything on this tag that I made that she absolutely loves the colors of. So that's where we're at. We're going to move on to our next step now. All right, so I am working on my secret project for my bestie, and this is dried. So this is a frame that has a bump up in it, right? And I've been trying to figure out, so I want to have this guy on this level, right? But that still leaves him a little floofy. So, hold on. I thought, why not do this? And have him sitting up. So I'm going to take this part of the cardboard off, at least part of this, and take this part of the cardboard off, at least part of this. Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, this is a good piece of cardboard. It's nice and stuck. Some of them are terrible. Okay, I'm going to take this card. Okay, so if you want to know how to take cardboard pieces apart, you have to go to where it's on the top. You pull it up, you break it, and that gives you the ability to pull the next piece of cardboard off, right? This one is stuck on each layer. So to get the top of the cardboard off, I have to go into the uppy layers. Come on. Okay, I think we got this whole thing now. Okay, and then if you want, you can take some more of it off, right, by doing this. And kind of peeling the paper off the cardboard. So I'm hoping that once I do this, see, that's going to be just about the right height. And then I'm going to peel this cardboard all the way over, and he's going to be sitting on it, but we're going to make some art on the part that sticks off. So I will be right back. Okay, so the cool thing about peeling cardboard is that you get these kind of up and down portions. You get portions that have, I like to think of them as texture on them, right? And so since our goal is to do this, we're gonna have this underneath, right? This is gonna be our background with all the fun stuff on it. And then this guy is gonna be sitting right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this part of the cardboard on, okay? So we know this part of the cardboard, boop, boop, right here. So maybe these 5 lines are going to be underneath our Puggle. There it is. Got it. We're going to put that down. We're going to make sure this is kind of in the middle. It's not, so let's be careful. We're going to pick this back up, put this here. We're going to make sure our Puggle can sit on there, right? That'll work. Maybe even up a skosh while we still have time to move it. Okay, so let's glue this down. And then as we do all the work on this, we're gonna keep this in mind that we're gonna have this piece of textured cardboard that's gonna be under here. So we wanna get rid of these harsh lines. Okay, I'm gonna let this glue down. Hold on. So we're gonna put that up there, and then we're gonna cut this away. So you could do this a bunch of different ways. You could do it with a X-Acto knife. You could do it with super sharp scissors. I have super sharp snips, so I'm gonna do it with snips. I think I can. Hold on, let me see if I can do it this way. Oh, I can do it this way. Okay, so you have to turn it the right way to your way of cutting. Okay. And I do want this to sort of be jiggity jaggedy. Okay, so we're gonna just come along here. All right, yeah, I don't want any of these lines. If you wanted to make your lines of your paper perfect, I would think an X-Acto knife would be my choice. But for me, I want all of my lines to be kind of organic. Okay, so I'm gonna come around here and see if I can get this. Oh, that's fine. Like this. There we go. Right, and I'm gonna go through and cut out all of the papers and get us to where we're ready to go. Okay, so this piece of cardboard is kind of stuck down, and this piece of cardboard is going to accomplish two things for me. It is going to serve to raise the puggle up as far as this is, and it's going to be a little bit of a textural element. So I want to kind of, okay, this is glued down, so I'm fine with that showing. This is here. Okay, so if we start over here, I kind of want to make it feel like, and now it's going to be the same color as the background, but I kind of want to make it feel like it's a little bit of a rock coming out, right? Right, like this. I don't want it to be so straight, so let's see what we can do about getting this little part unstraightened. And I don't need all of this to do this. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so let's get this a little bit more organic, natural looking, and we can do that just with tearing. Oh, that's great. That's perfect. Okay, let's see. Now we have the puggle there. Okay, I need this to kind of come out almost in a, I don't know I want to go all that far out, but I want it to be kind of a natural, almost like she's sitting on that rock as the mermaid. Okay, let's see, can we do that? That is cool. This is going to go over there. I like that. How far do we want to go out? Do we want to go out to about here? There we go. Okay, so now I am going to grab my glue that took a diver, and we are going to stick this down, because the very next thing we have to do is we need to get this glued down and stuck on the page, but then we also have to prime the open cardboard, right? So normally I would do, I guess we could do gesso. My concern is that I might be painting on this background, so I think I'm just gonna do, I'm looking for a white. Do I have a white? Blick. So I'm going to use acrylic paint white. And all I want to do is make this blend into the background. So this is going to be behind the puggle, but that's okay. I want the whole thing to feel like it is textural. Oh, we're going to need a lot. We are gonna need a lot more paint than that because the open cardboard is eating the paint, which is fine. Okay, okay, choo choo choo. And this is just gonna give us a bit of texture on the back, and then I wanna paint over here just in case anything happens and we need to show a bit of this. I don't see that happening, but it could. Okay, beautiful. So this is gonna be kind of background texture that's gonna go with the rest of it. Awesome. And I also want a tiny bit more texture on this. So I'm gonna use, this is drywall tape. And I have found this to be delightful. So we're gonna take a couple pieces of drywall tape, and it's already sticky. And we're gonna stick it down over here. And we're going to take a piece of drywall tape down here. And we're going to put a little bit of drywall tape on the inside of this frame. Not on the top part, because the top part is going to sit directly against the glass. It's this lower level that gives me an opportunity. Let's see, can we stick that under here, in here? There we go. Perfect. There we go. Put a little piece of drywall tape in there. Maybe one more little piece over here. Will that fit? Okay, I kind of feel like cutting this afterwards is, oh, we'll have to do our threes, right? So let's put a little piece up in here. Let's put a piece right here. And that will just add texture, and it's already sticky, so I don't have to put any more stickiness on that. Let's save our puggle. So we're doing good. I love this. Okay, I am going to tonight, I'm taking a Vicky Booten class on gel plate. So I am going to make, oops, I feel like that's coming up a little bit. Like it could use a little dabble, do you? Which I think that was a advertisement from my childhood. I'm going to do some gel plates that I can put either on this level or this level. Well, I almost wonder, do we want to put a little bit? Okay, we're gonna do something fun because I don't want these to be exactly like this. And we're gonna get a little bit of texture paste. Hold on. I have, ooh, look at this. I have new texture paste. This, my Distress texture paste. Never open your texture paste with your teeth. My Distress texture paste had been, it's definitely not as moist as some of them. So we're gonna get a palette knife. And we're gonna get a little bit of this texture paste and we're just gonna put it through here. Because we don't want this to be all the way. We want a little bit of it to be up and a little bit of it to be down. And that way we can do fun things. Okay, let's do a little bit of texture paste in here, coming up on it. And a little bit on the edges. I feel like it's the edges, the transition for where, let me see if I can push this up. The transitions for where we go from flat to this drywall tape that scare me the most. But let's get some in here. All right, there's that. And then we have some on our background. Let's find our background. Now, this project is going to be a little bit of all the stuff I use. Uh-oh. Doggy hairs. Do not feel like you have to have all this stuff. This is a ridiculous amount of stuff to use in a project. Normal people do not have this much stuff. Okay, this is my job. This is what I do on the internet. So you get this, you figure out the things that I do that make you the happiest and do those. Don't feel like you have to do all of the things. So I'm gonna let this dry, I'm gonna let the frame dry, and I will be back. Okay, I am up at dark 30, and this may be the only time you hear my house quiet, because I made a bunch of tissue papers and deli papers for the frame of Deb's piece. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put them onto this frame. I don't know about that one. I love this one. Okay, so this one we're gonna do for sure. And that's gonna be a background piece. See how it's kind of subtle? So I'm gonna put a piece of this on every side. And of course I'm starting with the side you can't see. I'll be right back. Okay, so let's put a piece on here. And I'm going around the edge, right? Because this is a frame. So let's get some Mod Podge over here. And this is deli paper, which is tougher than tissue paper by far. And on all of these though, I am going to be doing your typical decoupage top and bottom. Oops, I want this more so it can wrap around. Okay, here we go. We got at least this part down. We got at least this part down. Okay, great. Now we gotta get, this is a pain in the butt. Make me something that's hang on the wall, Cinderella. I'm the Cinderella of the artistic world. And I'm here to tell you that when you first do Mod Podge, you're gonna think this stuff isn't sticking. And sometimes it sticks really, oh, we got a breaker. That's fine. Sometimes it sticks really well and sometimes it doesn't stick really well. But if you use enough Mod Podge and you go back in and you go over the top, it makes a really hard seal. I have done some boxes. I have a boxes video, I believe, where I made a whole bunch of Michael's boxes with tissue paper, and they have lasted for years now. So let's work on this one up here. Boop, boop, boop. Maybe I could have just done the tops. Oh, duh. Probably should have just done the tops. Live and learn. This is my first real foray out of the journal. I think if I did the tops like this, right? And then I just turn them all and glue them all down when I get that side, that might work. I don't know. I don't know. It's a frame. I'm coming at you. So I'm going to do that on the last side and I'll be right back. Okay. So I feel like this is a super cool feature piece. I am going to keep this one till the very end and put it on the top. Does that make sense? Since I like it so much. Here's another one. I love that, but it's not as good. That one pole was really good. You'll have I did these on the gel plates last night. Some of the poles you'll have amazingness and some will be, okay. That's okay. It's all right. All right, so this, actually that is tissue paper. This is deli paper. We are gonna, I just gotta make sure that they're wide enough to kind of wrap around the edge, although I'm not worrying about it too much. This goes along with my theory of there's a giant catfish dog that people will be looking at, not at my thing. Okay, and I am not going to, I don't think you can see this. I'm looking at this corner up here. I am not going to try to miter my corners. Mitering means see how there's an angle there? I feel like that is beyond my technical capabilities right this second. So no mitering. Paste some of these down on the top, and I think I will go in later and do the sides all together when I can kind of turn it. Ooh, can I make it all the way to the top corner? This is a silly project to do, try to show you guys, but I want to give you as much of this as I can in case you want to do one of these yourself, right? All right, let's put a piece of this. Well, I have two on that side. Put one on this side. The one thing that I will say that I see you guys do that I don't do is you worry about individual layers, okay? I feel like I'm gonna have at least 5 minimum other layers on this frame, right? Because I'm going to show you how I'm going to do embossing here in a minute for you, not for me. I have to let all this dry. This is the reason why I jumped out of bed to do this. I haven't even done my dishes for the morning yet, is because I have to get this drying because it's a lot of Mod Podge and it's going to take, I live in Florida, so Mod Podge, I would say this could take an hour, 2 hours to really dry before I want to put something else on it. Because you really do want it to cure, right? You want it to, the Mod Podge sticks because it's a glue and it kind of cures and seals at the same time. So I want that curing, sealing loveliness. Ooh, that's kind of snazzy too. Okay, let's do, ooh, if we do it this way, then I get the benefit of the pretty flower and the side gets that. Now, I want to tell you, you may not be able to see this. You can see the ridges in the gesso, but that gesso is dimensional. It has parts that are stuck up that are textured. So, yes, this is going to be a fun frame, but it's also going to have parts that are dimensional. All right, I'm going to tear this apart. I'm going to do a little piece down here. And I am using the white edges of the tissue paper as much as I'm using the colored gold parts, okay? I want both to be there because each makes a different kind of layer. So right there, I put down, I don't know if you can see it. Here you go. Let me move this. I put down a piece that is gold on the top, but there's gold underneath it too, right? So then we start to get layers and layers and layers of gold that's gonna be pretty. I promise you. You're gonna like it. You are going to like this. Now, the deli paper, I might not do as much of the extra bits because it's not as opaque. Or it's more opaque. It's not as transparent. But that is a star that I want to have right there on that corner. Let's get this stuck down. All right, I'm going to finish this and I will be back to show you the final version of this layer. I want to do one more thing with you. So this is our background, right? And we have the piece that's going to pop up the mermaid. But I have these two pieces of, now 3 pieces of deli paper that I don't love the pattern on, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put these down. This is going to put a little bit of gold in the background. A layer that's going to be this far down is never, like you're going to see hints of it, but this is not going to be any kind of feature. We're going to have so much stuff on top of it, but every layer you put down adds a little something to the texture, to the dimension. This will help like meld this cardboard into the piece so it doesn't feel so much like cardboard sticking out, right? We're gonna go over that tape. I wanna try to get it into the tape to keep as much of the texture as possible, but there we go. Ooh, a wrinkle, yay, I love wrinkles. Okay, so that's gonna be there. Let's get these. Now that I see that sharp line, I want to get rid of my sharp lines. We're going to put this over here. And for this, I'm using a titch more Mod Podge than I normally would because I want it to make this paper really wet to get in here so we can still see the beauty of the tape squares. There we go. We lost most of that line. We got a little piece. Oh, that's an edge. All right, let's just do one more edge. And this was like, so I have stencils I don't use very often. And so this is one of them. And now I remember why I don't really like it. I like parts of it, but I don't like it as a whole. So I tend not to use it. So now we're going to do 2 more things. We're going to come over here and get a little bit of this over here, kind of in this corner. Oh, look, a hair. Imagine that. So I hear the paper crafters, the card makers and the scrapbookers, and they're so adorable. They're like, wash your stencil every time. Make sure you clean your craft mat. And I'm like, oh, you can do that? I don't clean anything. Well, I do. I cleaned my braiders yesterday and some of the googs off the stencils, but not very much. Like, it's just not that. I'm not trying to make a crisp, clean stencil. Okay, there you go. All right, so I am done for right this second, and I will be back. All right, so Kitty has moved on, and we are... Kitty. Oh. So that kitty is especially derpy. She was functionally feral when we got her, and she's gotten slightly better, but mostly she's just sure we're all trying to kill her. Okay, so I kind of love where we're going. And I was looking at this. I have my old lady glasses. I was looking at this, and I'm wondering if I want to have a layer of... have this be a white layer so this pops out more. So I want to do a bunch of white stuff for in here and see if I like it. Okay, okay. So let's think about white stuff we have. We have, that's clear embossing powder, which would be good. That's fine, because clear would be good. We have this. We have white embossing powder. We have... I have shabby white embossing powder. That has a teeny bit of gold in it. I think this is a Seth Apter's. I'm not positive. What else do we have that is white? Let's start with that. And I'm going to probably use this. Look at this. This is so cool. This is Seth Apter. I got it on his website. I'll put a link to it. But this is an embossing brush. So instead of having to, like you can cover a big area, we're going to use our embossing pens. We're going to use our embossing pad. I'm going to try to get some of this, this gold out of here. I hardly ever clean out my embossing tray, but I think today is a day we could use a wee bit of cleaning, so we don't have a ton of gold in our white stuff. All right, there we go. And that embossing tray is my favorite thing. It's like $8 on Amazon. Okay, I think I want to make, let's do a queen, because Deb is a queen. So let's do we want... Okay, white looks white because of the contrast of the color behind it. Don't open your paints with your teeth. Your father paid a lot of money for those teeth. Oh, and then it didn't even work. So I think the first thing I'm going to try is, let's find a piece of paper that we like. All right. And I want a mostly white piece of paper, maybe a touch of green. This may be it. Because I bet you that's close to antique linen to begin with. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to actually, do we want to, let's make butterflies with this. Okay. If we're making butterflies, we need a tiny bit of room because we have to get the big shot out. We got the big shot. Okay, so I need one plate and one of the flippies overs. Overs. All right. And that will not go, so we'll have to do it this way. Like this. Okay, where is our embossing? So we're going to do a butterfly embosslet because this is her favorite thing that she saw, and she was like, oh, look how cool that is too. Ooh, do we like that? Ooh, we like that better. Okay, so we are going to cut a piece of paper that is butterfly sized. And the thing that makes these, okay, I'm going to do it this way. The thing that makes these embosslets work better is if you get the paper a little bit damp. Then it lets the embossing part of it, because it's going to emboss and cut at the same time. All right, we got to put this between our plate. And we got to run it through. There it goes. Squish, squish, squish. Coming backwards. Squish, squish, squish. And we shall have a butterfly. And we're going to keep this piece of paper because I'm going to use that in the background. Just let it dry out. Okay, and the way you get these guys out of here is you just kind of pop them a little bit, and then you can use your hat pin to pull them off. Okay, we did it upside down, but that's fine because I want this to, I'm fine if it's debossed. So, let's do one more. Do we want to do that, or let's do a couple. Okay, here are our little butterflies. Now these guys we're gonna need, because they're thinlets, they're tiny. This is nice, so we can put giant Big Shot away and use weensy little sidekick. All right, so we're gonna have to try this. Let's, so the way this works is, honestly, I'm going to have to get a new Big Shot soon, and it's just killing me. Okay, so let's think this through. These are the tops and these are the bottoms. So the bottoms are the boring part, the tops are the fancy part. I'm 90% sure that I'm going to be wrong. We're gonna have to do it again anyways, but that's fine. And I think I've been able to get them through on one plate. I did. There we go. Okay. So let's do this, and let's grab a piece of washi tape and stick them down so they don't move around on us. Okay, here we go. Stick to the thing, twisty twist. Twisty twist. Okay, and we will have two butterflies that I have to poke all the parts out of. And we have another little piece of paper, so that's good. We're going to use these bits in the background, because the more we can use a similar kind of thing, the more it will feel cohesive, right? And we may cut them with a die, we may do all kinds of stuff. All right. So we got those. Let's do these. And we should do those. Let's do those on this side. So we get a little bit of a difference. And we're gonna put them down. We're gonna put them down. Sticky tape. If you put your sticky tape on the back of your dies instead of on the other side, you can keep using your sticky tape. All right, run it through. And I believe these are the small butterfly dies. I think there's a bigger size of these dies, the 2-level dies. I will see if I can figure that out for you, but I'm gonna show you what they look like, and then I'm gonna go off and do all my, see they look, so these ones are easy. These are the backs of the butterflies. And then what's gonna happen, I believe, let's use our hat pin. Poke this guy out. And he is gonna be the front of our butterfly, but I have to poke all these little things out. So I'll be back in a minute once they're all poked out. Okay, and I'm just finishing up. Now, so during this project, I'm gonna use 1,000 different types of tools and paints and things like that. So if you're gonna be sad, just know that I bought that Big Shot probably 10 years ago. The handle fell off and my husband fixed it, but he doesn't like when I do back and forward, because he's like, your handle's gonna fall off again. So I have accumulated all this stuff over years of crafting. So if you're just getting started and you can't afford all of this, it's not you, it's me, and it's just that I've been doing it a long time, right? I've accumulated dies, I've accumulated embossing things, so don't feel bad, it will be fine. Okay, so now I think this one, do we want to use this side? Let's try it. Because I do kind of want to get the highlights, but what I thought we would do first with this one, what I'm thinking is I want the inside part of these wings to be this crunchy granola shabby white. So we're going to do that. And we're going to do it with this heavy embossing liquid that we can put a good amount on, because I've done stuff with these before, with this kind of embossing powder before, and there just wasn't enough embossing liquid to really get it to stick. It's really thick embossing. So let's do this, and that way we can get enough embossing liquid. Now, embossing dry time. So this embossing liquid is thick and wet. I am going to have all the time in the world to add my embossing powder. If you're using a thinner embossing liquid, or you're using water, because in a pinch, if you don't have embossing liquid, you can literally use water, but your open time, the time you'll have to mess around like this, is going to be a lot less. Okay, here we go. All right, where's our thing? Okay, shake up. When you got these funny kinds, you want to shake them up real good. All right, so let's do this. And then this guy's going to have a little bit of gold on his wings. Let's go over it one more time, because there are gold flecks in this embossing powder. How pretty, huh? Okay, so let's pour this in. We might use it again, or we might not, but this is a very pretty embossing powder. And now we emboss. Where's our squeezers? These squeezers are incredible for holding this so your fingers don't get hot. All right, so that gets almost liquidy because there's so much body to the embossing. So next, look, we got a perfect gold circle. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to do the white around her wing edges. Okay, and for that, we can use, oh, we got gold back in here. One of these embossing brushes, and we're going to just come around here on this whole edge. Okay, and this one I want to do a little bit faster because there's not a ton of embossing on there. Okay, so see, there's that. And I'm a righty, so I'm just going to keep going around right this way. And this should be opaque. This should not be see-through. And the nice thing about embossing, you hear Wally, he wants to come in because he heard me. The nice thing about embossing is that you can do it over and over and over again to get the right consistency that you want. Okay. So there we go, we got that. I'm gonna go get Wally, I'll be right back. Come on, Bubba. You really are high maintenance. Okay, so let's go ahead and emboss this. We wanna catch just the tiniest corner, and especially here, where we've already embossed that, right? Okay, I love that. Now let's grab our thing and see, this is what I'm saying with the white. If there's nothing that is not white, right, then you can't tell that things are white. So I kind of love this. I think it's going well. Maybe put that right there. I don't know, we'll have to see, but I like how this one turned out. Okay, cute. I love it. So that's a good one. Now let's do our littler ones. Okay, for these guys, we are going to, I have white and I have clear. Oh, I have holographic. I am feeling like Deb Ward needs some holographic color on her thing. So we're gonna do it on these ones, but I wanna put this linen, this white linen on here first. And for that, we are going to need a little bit of distress paint. We might even get enough off of this to paint it. I just want to knock back a little bit of the color contrast so that it's more plain, but I don't want to do it in white because then we don't have any color contrast for the okay, yeah, let's just keep going with what we were doing because this is going to be holographic. All right, that's cute. Cute. All right, let's do a quickie clean. And distress paint is water soluble when it's wet. When it's dry, then it gets permanent. So that works for me. I can't have layers that aren't permanent. Okay, now we are gonna do this. And this is white still, so we're good. We're just gonna pounce the heck out of our little butterflies. Okay. So that should get us all over their little butterfly bodies. Uh-oh. And you can kind of see with embossing, you can kind of see where it's wet. And it looked like there was a big part there that was not wet. Okay, white. Okay, let's hold him by his little winky in the middle here, because you will never see that, but there's a little smudgy on the edge. We can fix it if we need to. Do not blow over your embossing tray. Okay. Oops. See that little bit down there? Either there's not embossing powder there, or it didn't get melted. Okay, so we're done with the white for right this second. Let's put this away. Now let's do these guys in holographic and see what happens. I also have vintage pearl, which might be pretty, but these guys are going to go on top of these guys like this and be their little butterfly wings. So let's try holographic first and we'll see what we like, because I have a ton of stuff, right? Like I can just keep doing this. There we go. Holographic. Embossing powder. Very fancy. And you're not going to be able to see it. Just by the by, I've done this before, and when I was editing the videos, you guys can't really see the beautifulness that is holographic, but Deb will be able to see it in her picture. Those are nice and juicy. Let's do these guys, holographic. Boop, boop, boop. Look how shiny. Oh, I love this. Embossing powder is my favorite. Of all the things that I do, I love to emboss the best. Okay, there we go. Do not emboss over your embossing tray. Okay. Is it this one? Look at how pretty that is. Ooh, that's gorge. Do I want Okay, I'm gonna do this one, and then we're gonna think about it, because I may want a wee bit of gold. I may not want all white. Let's see how this girl looks. Okay, I want to emboss them again and get more holographic on there, because I am totally digging this. So let's pour our holographic back in. And you'll have to let me know in the comments below if you can see the holographicness of it at all, but it is stunning in person. In person, it is just too beautiful. Now, this is good video I'm making, knowing that you can't really see it. Okay. I don't know, but the giant butterfly might have just come. We'll have to see if it did. Okay, here we go. Where's our squeezers? Oh my gosh, if I turn it, can you see any of that? Because it is stunning. Like, this is gorgeous. And it's hard to believe it's just like paper. Where's this little stem? Okay, here we go. Ouch. They're hot. They're hot when they're wet. Just FYI, as I scream, ah! Okay. Let's get that put away, and I'm gonna go check and see if that was the butterfly die. Okay, it wasn't that, but I did get some new rollers for my gel press. Okay, so let's think about this, what we wanna do. Let's pull our paper over and see what is going on. Boop, 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 like this. This guy somewhere in here. These guys around here, maybe, oops, I got them matched up wrong. Okay, so maybe we do one in here. One in here. Oh, you know what we could do? Oh, I got an idea. I got an idea. Okay. We are going to make the backs of these green and blue. So I have two green, salvage patina and broken china. I'm worried broken china is going to be too bright. Let me find a green. Let's see, what do I have? What greens do I have? I have, those two are very muted. Let's try these to start. Oh, you know what we could do? Oh, do I have another green? Oh, there's more green. Oh, that's fancy green. Okay. As she becomes distracted by her stuff. Okay, okay, okay. That's what we got so far. So we have these colors to use. This is peeled paint. This is broken china. This is weathered wood. This is salvage patina. Now, if we were to, oh, let's just do one color at a time. We can do that. Okay, so we're gonna do bright and dark, bright and dark. Okay. So this guy, we're gonna do on the inside green. Cute. And anywhere you see green, you're gonna see green in the final product because it's embossing powder. So if you did not want the green on the corners, you would take that off. And the thing I like about this is it's called embossing glaze. It is translucent. So we're gonna get, not only are we gonna get green and blue, but we're gonna get blue-green where they meet. Okay, because that's how embossing glaze works. So this is weathered wood, and this is gonna be a demure butterfly. And we're gonna need the weathered wood again because look, we're missing some right there. So I'm gonna have to do this again. So much like wherever you see, ouch, it's hot. Much like, much like wherever you see embossing glaze, if you don't see embossing glaze, you ain't getting any embossing. Okay, here we go. Trying to get his little tail. Okay, here we go. Let's see, can we get some on there? Okay, that should be better. There we go. All right, and then I do feel like I want to do a tiny bit of a brighter blue in here, but we're gonna let this cool down because I think I glued my embossing pen to my embossing a minute ago. C'est la vie. We gotta break some eggs to make an omelet. Okay, we're gonna do the middle of this one. See, there's oogies on my thing now. This is a very old embossing pen. The poor thing has been through hell and back. We're gonna do salvage patina in the middle of this one. And always pour out almost your entire can of embossing because you're gonna pour it right back in, right? People get worried about using too much embossing powder, but you can't because you're gonna, even if you don't have an embossing tray, just do it over typing paper. Pretty. That is very pretty. Okay, do we want to do that on this one? Let's do that on this one. Let's come in here as if the tops of her wings and the middles of her wings are that color. I don't want her to be a plain Jane next to her friend. There we go. Pretty. Okay, so this one now we want to do, oh, let's put our embossing powder away. Get the hole in the can, shifter. Okay. I can put this away for this second. This one we're doing broken china, and broken china is a beautiful color. Just stunning. So we're going to go over and kind of overlap that middle part so we get a little bit of each. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, let's get his head this time. Ooh, we didn't get the edges. Gosh darn it. All right, well, we're going to have to do it one more time after this. Okay, I got that edge. Okay. And embossing to me feels like putting a little enamel coat on your paper. I just think it looks so darn pretty and adds to your look. Okay, here we go. Boop. Let go of my butterfly. Okay, here we go. So now let's see what they look like now. Look, that was the right thing to do. That was totally the right thing to do, to put a little bit behind there just to give them a little hint of color. I love that. So now at some point we're gonna have to look at this one. Oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. So we can put these guys around, right? Let's see, get this one and get this one. We can put these guys around somewhere. Pretty, I love that one the best. Okay, so we have some butterflies. And let's, for the end of today, because I do have to get back to my real work, let's put some stuff on this paper. Okay, so we have these and we used them somewhere else. So we're gonna take a little piece of this and just, where's my glue? And for this, all I want to do is I want to start building up layers because this background is just going to be regular mixed media, right? This is not going to be just tissue paper or anything like that. So we have to start to get layers in here so that it is cute. And we don't know yet where we're going to cut it off. We have to cut off part of it for sure, because we don't have enough room, we can't use the whole piece of paper. It's too big and wide. It's going to cut off somewhere. Let's put this over here because it's paper. If it was tissue paper, I would put it over the grid, but that would be a little hard for it to manage. Okay, I might make a tag out of this. Let's find some more papers to put down and some, I'm going to put down some washi tape too. I seen earlier when I was editing the first one that I have some cute, not that one, not that one, not that one. That one could work, this one. And that is with, oh, you know what we have? I am so glad we seen that because we have texture. This is luster paste. This is going to go on our frame. Okay, and let's see what other Seth Appers we got in here. I love teal, so I'm sure I have more teal. Okay, this is that a different color? Yep, that's definitely a different color. Oh, we have white. Yay, white will be good. I got a whole bunch of yellow because I like yellow. Some orange. We have texture. Flaky. That makes it vintage. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. Some more white. So what is this? Zinc ink. So this is a different kind of white. We can try both of those. Yellow. This is sandy texture. How fancy is that? Okay. Oh, we have flaky texture and we have crackled texture. I'm thinking maybe we do a little flaky texture because Deb Ward is a little, no, she's not flaky at all. I'm just a horrible person to say that. Okay, so I don't think, oh heck yeah. Let's put a little piece of this in here, a little bit of this here and there. Okay, so do we want to go over this like that? Yes. And I don't know how much of these we'll see, but I want to get some different textures and colors and things around so that this isn't so boring. We don't want boring. We want this to be fun. All right, and we're gonna do just a wee bit of gluing on the white part of the frame. Look at how pretty that is. Part of the reason I make my videos is because I'm like, how did I make that piece of beautiful blue side stuff? And then I can go look at it. All right, let's press this down because this is a little bit on that grid paper, that wall, oh shoot, what do you call it? The stuff on the wall. Okay, so there's that. But let's get this back and let's glue down some buttons. Do we want to glue some buttons yet? I was thinking I wanted to glue some buttons that I could paint white and have some texture there. Do we want to do that yet? I don't know that we want to do that quite yet. And I just lost a button. Button, where's the buttons? All right, let's do some washi tape instead. All right, so we're gonna take this, and since we're doing it on an actual project that we want, I don't know if you know about this, but washi tape is called low tack, meaning that it isn't sticky. So if you were to put this on here with no glue, it would not stay, and all the subsequent layers above it would not stay. And Deb Ward is very lucky. I'm gluing down here, I'm so sorry. I know you can't see. And Deb Ward is super lucky because I have an obsession with washi tape. See that cool little ratty bit? We're gonna go right over that with this, and that's gonna make it even cooler. I have an obsession with teal colored washi tape. All right, let's do a little piece going this way. There we go. Boop. And then we'll cross the streams over here. And you can just drag it through your glue because it does have some sticking power, just not a whole bunch. Okay, there we go. And then last but not least, I know you're like, you keep saying that. All right, hang on. There's our puggle. Okay, I have to find the lid to my glue. There it is. Because I don't need that right this second. I can put this away. All right, I went and got my X-Acto knife, which I promptly lost. Let me go find it. Okay, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is I still have scissors, and the bad news is that my X-Acto knife has left this timeline. So I truly believe in time travel on so many levels, and I think my stuff goes in and out of my timeline. So now I have to cut this like a derp with my scissors, because this is the stuff we did on the frame, and I want to just kind of finish that up. I don't know if I'm gonna, oh, I can get close enough. Now I am going to have to either come in and make it a lot closer. I'm probably gonna come around with Mod Podge and tuck this in tight, and then also maybe a layer of white paint around that black frame on the inside, just to be super careful that we got it all covered, because, you know, we did that gesso, but that's not an exact science. So I'm just gonna keep doing this, but I don't wanna build up the inside of this frame too much so that it becomes to where we can't get the matting in there, right? Because we got to get the mat in there. So see how that's going to look? Okay, so I'm going to do that right now, but let's get back to the end. Okay, here we go. Here's our puggle. Where's our background? Oh, there it is. So this is kind of where we are right now. And I will continue this series with our next sets. And don't forget, we're going to get to see the big, huge butterfly on that step. So hopefully that helps. Tara Jacobson, Artsy Fartsy Life.